Hi, I'm Rania, founder of R2R Coaching. I am a relationship coach, a Reiki practitioner, and I practice energy healing in several modalities. I'm a blogger and soon to be published writer. This video right here is an introductory video to a brand new series that I'm going to be releasing on this channel. But before I get into the topic of today and the title of this new series, I want you to get to know me a little bit better. So I'm going to start with that first, and then everything will tie in after. Thank you for watching.
I have chosen the path of becoming a relationship coach out of my passion and desire to be of service and to help others. And this all started since I was a child. I just never paid attention to the fact that this was my calling. Now I'm very well aware that I'm meant to do this. And so I've decided to follow what my calling is. People that I've met along my journey have referred to me as Mama Rania. I guess that's due to the fact that I act very motherly and I tend to be the nurturer of the group. I was the one planning things ahead and thinking of safety, and you're probably gonna find anything you need in my purse. I've lived my life with principles that I believed in. I rebelled against cultural and societal rules. I've questioned anything that didn't make sense to me, and I've pretty much paved the path for myself since my teenage years, and since then I've never looked back. My motto in life has been to treat others as you want to be treated. Give all you have and it will come back to you 10 times more. I do believe in karma. What goes around comes around. Now, my journey has been far from easy, but then again, whose life is a piece of cake? We all go through hardships and challenges in life, and it gets us to a point where we may have a lot of traumas that we need to be healed, and we're walking around carrying all these wounds, and it seems that we're getting from one bad situation to the next. But what we need to do is at some point stop and ask ourselves, where are we headed? And then maybe we can change the dynamic, change our story. At the end of the day, every person has to do the work themselves. No one can do the work for you. Others can help you, but you're the one that have to count on yourself for healing yourself. And so my long story led me to this point here, where I'm trying to fulfill this calling that has been urging me for a long time. In helping others, I help myself. In teaching others, I learn. And in showing others love, I am showing love to myself. I am a simple woman who decided to follow that calling that I'm mentioning after years of traumatic experiences. I'm choosing to turn these experiences into valuable lessons and to teach and share with the world. I declare my desire to be of service and to make a difference in this world, even if it's just one person. Now, enough about me. Hopefully you've gotten to know me a little bit better. Of course, there's way more about me than this, but it's beyond the scope of what we're talking about here. I just wanted you to have an idea of a person that's going to be sitting here and teaching, sharing, guiding, whatever it may be. There may be times where you'll notice my tone changes. I may get a little worked up when I'm talking about the subject matter because, as I mentioned, it does hit home for me. So it may be difficult for me to keep my cool at all times. So please be patient with me. And the other thing I do want to make clear is that I do not claim to be a licensed therapist. I'm not a psychologist, and I'm not a medical profession. Any advice I give is mainly my personal opinion and from trusted sources. My ultimate goal and sincere intention is to raise awareness to those who might need it the most. And now to begin the topic of today, which will tie into the theme of the video series that I was discussing at the beginning of this video, and that is abuse. I'd like to cover what abuse actually means, share with you the types of abuse, and what it actually looks like when you're experiencing it. I would like to share the definition from an online source. Abuse is to use something for the wrong purpose in a way that is harmful or morally wrong. And I get this from the Dictionary of Cambridge. Another definition that's from a website of kidshealth.org, it says that abuse means treating another person with violence, cruelty, harm, or force. In short, abuse equals being violated. You are being subjected to certain types of behaviors that can be harmful, damaging, and in some cases, life-threatening. Now, please allow me to share with you 10 types of abuse according to Social Care Institute for Excellence. Physical abuse, domestic violence, sexual abuse, psychological or emotional abuse, financial or material abuse, modern slavery, discriminatory abuse, organizational or institutional abuse, neglect or acts of omission, and self-neglect. And now that I've covered with you the 10 types of abuse, I'd just like you to know that out of those 10, 5 are most common, and these are psychological, physical, emotional, financial, and sexual. But for the purpose of my topic, which would tie in with the theme of my video series, I want to focus on physical abuse and psychological/emotional abuse. I want to tell you how they look like. What are the attributes? What are the signs that you're being physically abused or emotionally and psychologically abused? So please allow me to read to you some of the signs that I've picked up from Social Care Institute for Excellence. I just want to let you know my source, so you can definitely go read about it, and perhaps if you're interested to know about the other types of abuse, you can also do so. But again, for the purpose of my topic, I want to focus on physical abuse and emotional. Physical abuse looks like this: assault, hitting, slapping, punching, kicking, hair pulling, biting, pushing, rough handling, scalding and burning, physical punishments, inappropriate or unlawful use of restraint, making someone purposely uncomfortable, involuntary isolation or confinement, misuse of medication, forcible feeding or withholding food, unauthorized restraint or restricting movement. These are what physical abuse might look like. So if you're experiencing any of those things, know that you are being physically abused. On to psychological or emotional abuse. What does the signs look like? What are the behaviors going to look like? Enforced social isolation, preventing someone accessing services like educational and social opportunities and seeing friends. Removing mobility or communication aids, or intentionally leaving someone unattended when they need assistance. Preventing someone from meeting their religious and cultural needs. Preventing the expression of choice and opinion. Failure to respect privacy. Preventing stimulation, meaningful occupation or activities. Intimidation, coercion, harassment, use of threats, humiliation, bullying, swearing or verbal abuse, addressing a person in a patronizing way, threats of harm or abandonment, cyberbullying. And so these are a brief summary of what the signs and behaviors might look like if you're being physically abused or psychologically and emotionally abused. There may be other descriptions that is not covered here. Please do your research so you'll understand that whatever it is that you're being subjected to, if it falls under this umbrella. So why am I even discussing the subject of abuse here? How does this tie in or relate to my main theme for this video series that I have not revealed yet? So yes, I wanted to keep you in anticipation. Drum rolls, please. It's not a fun subject whatsoever. How I want to tie this is I want to focus a lot of my videos to come on narcissistic abuse. And narcissistic abuse is mainly emotional abuse, and in some cases it's physical abuse, and there could also subject you to financial abuse, and there could be sexual abuse. So let's say that narcissistic abuse is the umbrella and then everything can come under it. You may experience one or all. Depends on your situation. So why do we call it narcissistic abuse? It's because you are dealing with a narcissist in your life. And when you're dealing with a narcissist, the narcissist is subjecting you to narcissistic abuse. Because what they're doing is they find people, most of the time in partnership relationships, and that's my focus, to gain narcissistic supply from them, to give them what they need. And I'm going to discuss more about narcissism in the next video and explaining more about narcissistic abuse and so on. So please do watch my next videos. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss the next videos that are coming. Also, I would appreciate if you were to like this video, if you liked what I'm sharing here with you. And you can definitely follow me on Instagram and on my Facebook page right here. Now that I've explained what my intentions are, and that is I'm going to be covering the topic of narcissism. Narcissism is a subject that hits home for me, like I mentioned. I was subjected to narcissistic abuse, and now that I am out of it, I can tell you that I realized that I had a pattern of attracting partners that have narcissistic tendencies. Mainly one of them was the worst one out of all. The other ones were a lighter version of it, but I managed to think back and realize the pattern about the behaviors. And it's become very clear to me that in a way, I attracted this to myself. So I do take responsibility for the fact that I didn't heal my own wounds and traumas from the past, which led me to repeat the same mistake over and over and attract the same type of personality over and over. It all pointed out to one thing, that I needed to heal myself. I needed to break the pattern. And it's only when I was able to see that and understand it clearly that I was able to be on my path of healing. Therefore, I am here being your teacher, your guide, your support, your coach, whatever it is. I'm sharing whatever information I can with you in this video and in the videos to come, I'll be sharing more of my personal experiences with my narcissist, and it will all tie in together. I will explain to you about the behaviors of a narcissist, what to watch out for, red flags that we may have missed, and so many more topics. So please stay tuned. Don't miss any of my upcoming videos because they're going to be very important information for you, especially if you are just discovering that you're dealing with a narcissist in your life, or that you are very well aware that you have been under abuse by your partner, which maybe now you have the term and the label for it, narcissistic abuse. And until next time, please do take care of yourself. Ciao, ciao.
I hope you liked this video. Please do hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you for watching.